Shalom, first and foremost, like to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who are teaching this truth in sincerity, and a shout out to Yakim that's out there in four corners of the earth proclaiming this truth. Bracha the Yahweh, Bracha the Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, Bracha Dum. Slovakia in advance if this thing dies down, because this is the one that doesn't really hold that good of a charge. So we'll just try it. If it dies down, we'll just go on to something else. Nonetheless, though, the fact that somebody broke into my car, a couple nights ago, and come to find out I didn't have everything, well, that's not going to stop me from coming out here and prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great. I just find something else in the meantime, while I order replacements, because that's all this place is thievery, thieves and liars, pretty much what you like to call settlers. You settle a land that did not belong to you because your terrorists, what you like to call your forefathers, those terrorists terrorized and plundered and destroyed those that were living here. What you like to call indigenous people, the natives. They destroyed us. But nonetheless, though, at the very end of it, you, who has pretty much been the terror of the world, now you're getting it. You have become the byword. The whole world fucking hates you now, and it's taken a proverb against you. You're not very welcome in all them places, man. They want you out because you have set bases in all the countries around the world, and they want you out of there. Everybody knows about your scam in Baghdad. Everybody knows about your scam in Syria. Everybody knows about your scam with Saudi Arabia. You think that you're going to take down Iran like you did with Iraq. But what's going to happen, though, is that all these, including Gomer, which is supposed to be your ally, is going to turn on you. Gomer has, because the S-400s was a done deal, which at the same time, Gomer knew that you were going to attack anyways, because you had made a deal with, pretty much that those terror groups, you were planning to overcome them to begin with. So they're going to protect their terrorists while you're going and protecting ISIS. And pretty much, though, that's what you do, though. You send terrorists into other countries when you want to conquer them. And you make up this facade that you're fighting a war on terrorism when you're the terrorist yourself. That's what this whole place is. This is a cesspool of terrorism, And our people have been fighting terrorism a lot longer than the Syrians or the Ishmaelites. But the reason why the Ishmaelites and the Syrians and what as the Yemenis people, aka the Persians, because there's a lot of Persians in Yemen, they're fighting against the terrorists because all nations were partakers in the taking down of us. So now you got the Amalekites, sending in all these terror groups to take over just for the greater Israel project. But this is all going to fail. But you see it as the Most High that is calling all these mighty men to battle, in the valley of Yehoshaphat. And at the very end, though, these words shall speak, and nothing better for me to do than come out to prophesy the downfall of you people. I want to see this place destroyed. Think I want to live amongst you thieves? You can't even fucking, oops, if I made a mistake, yeah, man, you'll capitalize on it. You'll fucking steal from me. That's what this whole place is nothing but robbery. So I was really glad last year, because this marks 1 year since the car fire, man. A lot of you thieves got it really bad. But what did you thieves do during the car fire? You went house to house robbing places, because that's what you do. While others are being evacuated, you're going in and you're robbing them. But that's how this place was founded, man. You would burn villages and you would rob the people. You wouldn't leave anything. No, you wouldn't leave any gleaning grapes. People are already having the houses burned down, and you're going in and stealing from them. But that's what this place is, Just like the Bog Bean is nothing more than a place of stolen goods, And fucking police, man, you think they're going to do anything, man? You could catch a person on camera, because this actually happened to me. You could actually catch a person on camera selling your stolen goods with an ID, and the police ain't going to do nothing about it, even though the person's on felony probation. Yeah. That's the finest, serve and protect, but serve and protect who? Jacob Rothschild, because that's the only people that actually get any protection. So, I'm going to read out Habakkuk chapter 2, Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and all that dwell therein. You know, where is that violence of the city? What's that talking about? That's Babylon the Great, America. Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. You know, it's talking about you red Hebrew Edomites. Thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. You know, pretty much, man, you know, you made us serve slavery, and we're still serving slavery to this day. We're just now paper slaves, you know. We have to buy rights that we should rightfully have, because that's all the papers are. For the stone shall cry out of the wall. That's what we're doing right now. You know, we're crying beyond these walls. And the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Woe to him that builds a town with blood and establishes a city by iniquity, which is what America, Babylon the Great is. Behold, it is not of the Most High of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves for very vanity. You know, because you work your ass off just for that paycheck. You know, you're working for that paycheck to get things that you should be able to do. You should be able to plant pleasant things in your garden. Now, man, you got to get permission from the devil, from Satan, because that's who Esau is. You got to get a permission, you know, what you call a written consent. You know, and that's just pretty much how everything is, though. You have to get written consents, you know. You have to buy papers. Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and maketh him drunken also. You know, pretty much, man, you know, everything you've been taught has been a lie. Blind philosophies, you know. Christianity, you know, at the peak of America's foundations. And what is it? You know, everything that's been so-called established on Christianity has been nothing but fuckery. Nothing but wickedness. That they mayest look on their nakedness, which is what we're doing now. You know, we're looking at the nakedness. We know about the scam of ISIS, and we know about the so-called war on terror, that pretty much you're harboring terrorist groups, you're protecting terrorist groups, in that the only reason you're going overseas is to pretty much plunder Syria from the oil, and to pretty much try to take Iran's oil, because you want it back. Because you did do a coup d'etat back in 1953, but after the Islamic Revolution of 1979, they took it back from you bastards. And you still want it back because you think it's yours, though it never belonged to you to begin with. But that's what you do. You covet things. You covet things that don't want to belong to you, you know. And now all these places are taking a proverb against you. Thou art filled with shame for the glory. Drink thou also, and let the foreskin be uncovered. And that's what's happening now, man. You red Hebrew Edomites have become the byword. You have become the most hated amongst all. The cup of the Most High's right hand shall be turned unto thee. And that's what's happening now. Who caught most of the terror of car fire? You red Hebrew Edomites, man. Now you're suffering. And shameful spewing shall be on thy glory. For the violence of Lebanon shall cover thee, and the spoil of beasts which made them afraid. Now all these animals are turning against you, you know. And it's a beautiful thing seeing these animals turn against you, because what do you do to animals? You put microchips in them, you torture them. Now they're fucking fighting back. For the violence of the land of the city and all that dwell therein. What profiteth the graven image that the maker thereof hath graven it, you know? And your most graven images Caesar Borgia. And then all them other idols that you have set up amongst Babylon. You have every idol here. And a teacher of lies, that the maker of his work trusteth therein to make dumb idols. And that's what this place is, nothing but idolatry. You know, based upon lies, murder. You know, and you create statues of all these murders. You got a statue of Andrew Jackson. You got a statue of George Washington. All of these terrorists. Woe unto him that saith to the wood, awake to the dumb stone, arise, it shall teach. Behold, it is laid over with gold and silver, and there is no breath at all in the midst thereof of it. But the Most High in his holy temple, let all the earth keep silence before him. And that's just it, though. Pretty much, man, this place is going to be brought to desolation. and it's going to be a beautiful thing, and we're just hastening that day, you know. Do I expect this to be the last time that I get ripped off? No, man. I know what times we're in, man. You know, pretty much, man. You know, the whole reason why that happened to begin with is because, of course, they put a chip inside the key, and all it takes is just an accidental hit, and then the next thing you know, your door's unlocked. You know, things ain't like they used to be where you had to physically lock or unlock a door with a card. Now, man, everything's by the microchip, and they do that on purpose. Because eventually, man, they're going to turn everything over to where you do have to have that chip in your right hand or in your forehead, or your car ain't going to start. So we know what the fuck's going on. In the meantime, though, it's made it a lot easier for you thieves and liars, because that's what this whole place is. It's nothing but thievery, you know? This place used to be Osiris, but it has become Babylon the Great, ever since you red Hebrew Edomites had stepped in. This place has become fouled, but it will come up in remembrance no more. And that's what's about to happen. And we're hastening that day. We can't wait till this place is destroyed. You know, we pray for them nukes to make their targets, and they will. 200 million nuclear missiles will destroy this place. You know, and for all of those that were a sucker and took the mark of the beast, man, you're going to be consumed by it. But that's why we come out here, you know, a lot of us come out daily. But, you know, throughout the whole week and on the weekends, to prophesy and to tell you that the RFID implant is the mark of the beast. Unlike what these other groups say, no, man, you take that mark of the beast, man, you're going to be destroyed with it. So for that, you know, like everything else, though, we're going to keep on prophesying against Mount Seir. You know, no matter how many times you rip us off, no, you can't take this word of this testimony from us. We're going to prophesy the downfall of you people, because you people deserve to be burned. May a bigger fire destroy this place, and it will be greater than car fire ever was. For that, I want to say, Bracha the Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rukakadash, Wa Abba Babal, and Bracha Thumb to the hopeful elect. Shalom.